What's up everyone, and welcome to the finale of this series. Last time, we ended off with the conclusion to the future Trunks arc. Zamasu invaded the present timeline with a small army, and while the Mafuba did work against one Zamasu, there were way too many to handle, until Goku accidentally found the Zeno button and summoned him to erase the Zamasus that were attacking. Of course, more training ensued. We saw Trunks able to unlock Super Saiyan God, and everyone with Super Saiyan Blue was able to master that form, and even Broly was able to utilize his full power and improve upon that by using Super Saiyan 2. However, we now arrive to the Tournament of Power, and with a much different team, Universe 7 heads to the World of Void to participate. Let's continue from here. Seeing the fighters at the tournament, Universe 7's fighters are both concerned and pumped up. Gohan training in this timeline had a ripple effect, and except for Krillin, sadly, everyone else is a lot stronger than they are originally. People like Piccolo, Videl, Goten, and Trunks have all trained with Gohan, or each other, so they're now multiple times stronger than they are in canon. Oh yeah, and no sword for Trunks. In terms of the team, I'd rank everyone like this. Gohan's at the top, with Goku, Vegeta, and Broly around the same. Trunks is below, Piccolo, Goten, and Trunks, then Videl, and finally at the bottom, Krillin. So by default, they're already above where they were in terms of the original tournament. Now, the fight actually begins. Gohan is still Universe 7's leader, and wants everyone to stick together, and it works a little better this time. Goku and Vegeta go off on their own, but the other 7 fighters stick with Gohan and follow his plan. Right away, people are getting eliminated. Universe 9 is the first to go pretty much right away. Since Goku and Vegeta are easily able to take out some of their members, and the remaining ones are defeated pretty simply. One universe down in a few minutes. Eventually though, Universe 7 is forced to split up, as this large group of them is getting attacked by enemies from different universes, which turns them into smaller subgroups while they try to follow Gohan's plan. Gohan sticks with Videl and Goten, Piccolo is with future Trunks, Krillin, and Trunks, and Broly gets split up on his own and is kinda worried, but is able to handle himself alone and eventually sticks with Goku as Broly fights best with him. Each of these groups has experience with fighting alongside at least one other member, so they feel they're okay for now. Piccolo's group is able to take out some Universe 4 fighters, the same that Krillin fought originally, and are able to do pretty well. With Krillin there, Frost tries a surprise attack, but Piccolo is near him and is able to save Krillin, so Krillin isn't knocked out that early, and this gets people to be suspicious about Frost. I'll get into that in a bit. As for Universe 6, Caulifla is fighting Goku while Broly sticks beside him to observe and to fend off anyone who tries to intervene. Of course, Kale goes berserk again, and goes towards Goku. However, Broly needs to make sure no one interferes with this fight, and seeing as he recognizes the kind of power Kale is using, he jumps in to stop her. Knowing how unpredictable it is, Broly powers himself up to Super Saiyan 2, which completely outmatches Kale. Unlike Jiren where he just put Kale out of commission temporarily, Broly knows she's a big threat and decides to overwhelm her completely and knock her out of the ring before she uses that same berserk power any further. So now, Kale's knocked out pretty much right as she starts the fight. Caulifla is pissed and begins to power up further against Goku, but Goku decides to temporarily stop her by going full power and hitting her with enough power to tire her out for a while. He's not going to knock her out of the ring right now, but he can't just let her go completely. He can fight her later, since he has his sights set on Jiren for now. Back to Gohan's group. He, Videl, and Goten are now fighting Universe 2. Given that the three of them have nearly perfect synergy, due to Gohan's extensive training with Goten and some Saiyan techniques with Videl, they're able to knock out Kakunsa and Rosie, and almost get Brienne, who's now angered by the defeat of her teammates and instead decides to regroup with her allies. They're also able to finish off Universe 10, something that's a little bit more disheartening for Gohan at the time. Not only did he just witness firsthand one of their Kais in training turning into a genocidal maniac, but now he's causing their universe to be destroyed. He can't help but feel bad for the fighters in Gowasu since he indirectly knew Gowasu. But he can't focus on that right now, he needs to get back into the fight. The next parts go fairly normal, except for some fighters being different. Krillin isn't able to keep up and he gets knocked out, and the group gets a little more split as Goten is now rejoined with Kid Trunks, future Trunks is still with Piccolo, and Gohan sticks with Videl. You may not remember since it was kind of a small point, but back in part 4, Frost was never really outed to be a bad guy. After a surprise attack on Krillin though, his teammates get a little more suspicious, and he's acting more violent. He faces Piccolo and puts on a nice guy act, but Piccolo can tell something's off with him. Frost reveals his final form, and this just sets off more alarms for Piccolo, as he's starting to realize this guy is planning something and is probably just like Frieza. Frost sends out a jab, and that's when Piccolo sees it. Frost has the poison spikes. Piccolo counters his attacks, and he pushes Frost back. Using his extending arms, he grabs Frost and flings him up into the air, using a blast to knock him out. He definitely feels poison in his hands, and he knew he made the right choice by extending his arms to delay the poison. He cuts his arms off and grows them back to stop the poison from spreading, and he yells out to Champa telling him that his fighter was using poison, and now Champa is terrified that he'll be erased. But Frost is the only one to get erased, and Champa just gets a big warning. Goku and Jiren still end up fighting, but Goku does much better this time due to his strength. He's way stronger than originally, but not anywhere near Jiren yet. He's able to actually get a strong enough Spirit Bomb and push it enough to actually cause Jiren to struggle a bit, but not a lot. We still see Goku go Ultra Instinct, and this gets Gohan and Vegeta to see that this is what Whis has been training them to get this entire time. Pretty standard overall. Following this, Hit fights Jiren, but gets knocked out still. This is bad for Universe 6 since they're only down to a few fighters. The Namekians are alert and Caulifla is fully recovered, and decides to team up with Cabba. They need to get back at that Broly guy for what he did to Kale. Caulifla now has a plan which worries Cabba because it involves the use of items, but he follows her lead. The two confront Broly, who is a little worried since he's already alone right now, but he gets serious and says nothing. Caulifla shouts for Kale to throw the Patara earring she had, and Cabba catches it. The two of them put it on, and Caulifla and Cabba now fuse. Having seen this before firsthand, Broly grows more concerned. This is like when he fought Vegito. Caulifla and Cabba have now merged into a new powerful fighter, Caliba. While weaker than Kefla, they're still incredibly strong. Caliba launches towards Broly, now in Super Saiyan 2, who has trouble fending off against this fusion. Once they power up to Super Saiyan, it's over for Broly. He seemingly gets knocked out of the ring, but before going over the edge, he's caught by someone. Goku's still kinda tired and can't intervene, but Broly still does get help from someone. It was Gohan. He was able to instant transmission near him and catch him, and rest him down to make sure he can recover. Gohan is intrigued by this fusion. It reminds him of Vegito and also way back when he fused with Goku into Gokan. Good times. He knows how strong fusions are, so he powers up to Mastered Blue right away. Caliba responds by going Super Saiyan 2, which is their strongest form, and the two are actually even. Caliba is weaker than Kefla and is using a weaker form, so the two of them are still pretty equal. Gohan is getting pushed back and can't hold back anymore. He powers up to Ultimate Blue and gains a massive advantage. With this, he's able to come out victorious, but needs to rest a bit. However, there's a little drawback. Because of this fight, he temporarily left Videl alone, who got ambushed by the two Namekians. Harina and Saunel, I probably butchered their names, saw this as an opportunity to take out one of Universe 7's fighters, and they almost do it. But Gohan is able to get back just in time to defend against the two. Together, the two of them use some Saiyan teamwork to eliminate the last two Universe 6 fighters, causing the universe to be erased. Watching Caulifla and Cabba fuse, Goten and Trunks think that maybe they should as well, since they'll be more powerful. Piccolo tries to stop them, but he's too late to notice. Gotenks is here, and he thinks he's helping because of how strong he is in the scenario, which he's one of the stronger characters, but Piccolo scolds him since they're now down a fighter. Gotenks realizes the mistake he made, and he decides to be cautious, because he's basically stuck like this for the rest of the tournament unless he uses all his power. Following this, Videl is caught off guard by Damon, the small fighter from Universe 4, and is knocked out, while Piccolo gets knocked out by Gamisaurus, the invisible fighter. Future Trunks, who is with Piccolo, teams up with Gohan now, and the two of them are able to snuff those two fighters out and defeat them, then getting rid of Universe 4. Now we get Aniraza. Goku and Broly are recovered somewhat, and the 6 remaining fighters are all able to overpower the giant robot much easier, even without hitting the weak spot like 17 did. Everyone individually is much more powerful, and they have more people this time, so they actually can defeat Aniraza much easier. Now it's just Universe 7 and 11. Gohan and Broly fight Topo for now, while Goku and Vegeta face Jiren like normally. Trunks and Gotenks are against Dispo. Trunks is having a lot of trouble with Dispo, once he uses his full speed, but then Gotenks is able to intervene before Dispo can do too much to Trunks. Gotenks shouts out to Trunks to get out of the way, and Trunks jumps up to see 3 galactic donuts surround Dispo and capture him. Trunks thanks Gotenks, and the two of them then carry Dispo and toss him off the edge. Pretty fun for them. 6 versus 2, this shouldn't be too hard, right? When Vegeta and Goku were fighting Jiren, Trunks noticed that Vegeta was able to unlock Blue Evolution, and now these two are about to face Topo. Vegeta powers up again, and Trunks, seeing how far ahead everyone else is, decides to unleash his full power and test something out. After he unlocked Super Saiyan God about a year ago, he's of course been practicing, but isn't too sure if what he's tapped into will work since he hasn't used it much before. He powers up completely and unleashes all he's got, and it ends up working when he didn't expect it to. Trunks is able to ascend to Super Saiyan Blue, and is the fourth one to use that form now. Since he's only experienced it a little bit of his own, and he's never really fought with it, he's confident that he can help, but he isn't too sure. Without Frieza angering Topo, he doesn't even use his God of Destruction powers since he doesn't want to throw away his ideals. The father and son Super Saiyan Blues are able to push back Topo, and they end up defeating him. Now with him out, only Jiren remains. 6 versus 1. Only a few minutes left. Everyone goes full power. Goku goes Mastered Super Saiyan Blue with Kaioken. Gohan at Mastered Super Saiyan Blue with Ultimate. Vegeta at Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. Trunks at Super Saiyan Blue. Broly at Super Saiyan 2. And even Gotenks uses Super Saiyan 3, since he's not worried about time constraints anymore. Everyone attacks. Jiren is actually forced to use more power, since this is an attack from 6 fighters who are way stronger than they are in the original, and he's getting a little overwhelmed. They're actually doing very well against him. To try and finish him off, Gotenks uses more Galactic Donuts in his Super Ghost Kamikaze attack, and everyone else attacks with their full might while Gotenks focuses all of his power on a barrage of attacks and restraints, and combines it with everyone else attacking to restrict Jiren. Jiren then loses it. Being overwhelmed to the point where he's about to be knocked off, he goes to full power, and he knocks Gotenks out first after being annoyed by his attacks, faster than anyone can even react. Broly is the next to go, and things are looking more dire. Jiren whoops everyone else, with Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks now in the ground, and Gohan barely standing off to the side. Jiren prepares to knock the 3 out with a blast, but kinda like Android 17 did, Gohan jumps in to defend them and pushes them out of the way. With all of his power, he attempts to reflect Jiren's attack. It's almost enough until Jiren puts more energy into it. Gohan is now getting weakened. Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks watch as Gohan is swallowed by Jiren's beam slowly. The light clears and Gohan is nowhere to be seen. Not in the stands, not anywhere. Jiren is shocked, thinking that he accidentally killed Gohan, which is exactly what everyone else thinks. In the stands, everyone is distraught, especially Videl and Goten. Goku, thinking that he just watched his son die, completely snaps. His only thoughts right now revolve around defeating Jiren and winning to bring his son back. It's not nearly enough, but Goku explodes beyond his full power at Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken and launches towards Jiren and gets a few hits in before Jiren is back on guard. Trunks then remembers, Gohan can't be dead. Jiren would have been eliminated if that was true. And he's right. Zeno saw something that they all didn't. Goku then gets attacked by Jiren, flung away as Jiren then lunges towards him to knock him out finally. Then, Jiren gets kicked from behind as Goku is saved. Gohan did survive, and that encounter, that near-death experience, acted as his catalyst for Ultra Instinct, and of course he's an Omen, not Mastered Ultra Instinct. Just like the Spirit Bomb for Goku, this was able to help him awaken that power. But he's only in it temporarily and doesn't know how to utilize it that well. Now with this new power, he and Goku both attack Jiren head-on, and everyone is tired out, although Jiren is better off than the rest. The two eventually back Jiren into a corner and launch a father-son Kamehameha at him. Jiren pushes it back and is about to nullify it, but then, using the last of their strength, Vegeta and Trunks then join in with a father-son Gallic gun. A father-son Gallic Kamehameha, I guess. While the beams are being launched, they aren't going anywhere. It's pretty even, if not advantage for Jiren. Gohan in his new form ends up moving, his body reacting on its own. He's able to surf over the beam, and then hits Jiren with a kick to the face. Jiren is caught off guard by this, as Gohan then jumps high up and fires another beam down towards Jiren while he's in the air. This breaks the ground below Jiren, and then Jiren tries to jump up. Seeing how close they are at knocking Jiren out, Gohan doesn't want to waste this opportunity. Gohan dodges Jiren as he jumps up, and then he grabs Jiren from behind, and then he flips them both upside down as they spiral downwards. Gohan yells out to focus the beam on them as Jiren tries to direct them back to the ring, but then he drops out a UI Omen, and the 3 remaining fighters all launch a final blast towards them. Before Jiren can even direct them back towards the ring, with the help of the beam, Gohan and Jiren then spiral downwards into the void, and now, Universe 7 has won. Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks collapse. They did it. Gohan is in the stands nearly unconscious, but is glad to have won. So, who gets the wish? There's 3 people left. While it's tough to say, I think Goku would get it in this scenario, since he was more proactive than Trunks, and he actually accomplished a lot more than Vegeta, but it really doesn't matter who gets the wish because it would still remain the same either way. Goku, while not sure on a wish before, decides to bring back every universe. Those Saiyans from the 6th universe might be interesting, and Jiren might be fun to fight again in the future. So along with those guys, why not bring everyone back and save their lives? The wish is made, and that's it. It's a bittersweet end to this What If. There's no Broly movie for obvious reasons, and I can't continue on tomorrow until that arc is fully complete. So now, consider this the finale. What did you think about this part? What might happen going into the Moro arc? Thank you all for watching and keeping up to date with this scenario. It's kinda sad to finish it, but I guess it's never technically over. This was one of the first scenarios that I did on my channel, and now it's one of the first to be completed. It was a fun ride. As always, remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for notifications about future parts of this What If and other videos of mine. Thank you all for watching, thanks for keeping up with this scenario, and I'll see you on the next video.